They come in off the very rare tie a game ago.
And it'll be interesting to see what their mindset is going into this game. Sometimes that can be a deflator, and sometimes that can just really make you mad and more determined the next time out.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jarek McKinnon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as they'll get this up only to about the 41. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't run just tee off and get to their quarterback.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Bobby Wagner coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The numbers for Beckham in last week's effort. 4 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to happen.
And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. DeForest Buckner able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5.
Move.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Michael Crabtree, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Gold now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On third down, here's Kamara. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They run. It's Kamara. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. On first down, they go option to the right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Lucy.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Lucy.
Again, it's Bortles. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Beckham with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
And it feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for him right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guys have.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Tech McKinley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down again. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a third and long.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
11.
Now a play fake. Bortles. Open man right side is Shark. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. A give. This is Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 and a first down. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
It's brought in right side by Ginn. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Called in by Anderson, left side. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one goes for 36 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance.
Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Bortles going to throw. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Shotgun now for Bortles. Looking for the end zone. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Caught left side to Crabtree. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a 1st down. Garoppolo now 6 of 10 in this 1st half. He's got his guys a 1st down here. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested 1st half. We're back to New Orleans after this. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Caught left side, Garcon. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
The best play callers in any league know how to break their tendencies. They study themselves, they self-scout, and they realize most of the time you don't call a draw play on 1st and 10. So every so often you insert that play just to make the defense think, even if it's not successful.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, here's Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Garoppolo again. And that is incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Bortles. He's going to float this one deep right side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Bortles looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Garoppolo now, first down throw. A duck down to McKinnon. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll bring up a second down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's third down. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
I wonder how they did it. I wonder if they twitched a little bit up front, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start up at Bank of America Stadium.
So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair, and he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I'm look. Well, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now. Here comes Johnson on a return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Sunday.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down. On second down, Kamara. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Hey, 54, Ricky.
From midfield, here's Bortles. He's got his man in the crossing route. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. DJ Chark, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints, if they convert the extra point, they'll have the lead. Looks good on the extra point. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And all the way down to the 24-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They run once more with McKinnon. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and maybe an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. Into
heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted, and remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Move.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards. To throw, it's Bortles. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Cassius Marsh in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continue to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searched. And he's got it! Touchdown, Saints! Third touchdown pass of the game for Blake Bortles. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now McKinnon to start the drive. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 40. 20. 10. Touchdown. 49ers. Jerick McKinnon. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly,
skyrocketed.
right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting back.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6.
And that 3rd counter there gives them the lead, and it's obvious they've needed everything that he's given them today. The 3 touchdowns, that's impressive, but without him, they're not winning this game.
And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now Garoppolo over the middle to Kittle, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Demario Davis in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula's not working right now. They go play action here on first down. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Solomon Thomas, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Play action. Now it's Bortles. Caught left side. It's Beckham. Give him 30 yards there. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Try to pound it in, Camara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Camara, 2nd and... And he's got him! It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2. To throw is Bortles. And this one's incomplete. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game planned for. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they'd gotten 2 for 2.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Garoppolo on first down. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll maybe... back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Airing it deep for Garcon. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
They run it again with Kamara. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. The Saints on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Bortles going to throw. He finds Beckham complete. Odell Beckham Jr. Touchdown, New Orleans. Odell Beckham with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Now Bortles coming to the line with his guys going for 2. Shotgun now for Bortles. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off-kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Garoppolo now. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Takk McKinley in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
Lucy. Show left. 11.
Bortles going to go on 4th down. He's going to launch this thing way down, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
Move. 372.
Bortles going to throw here. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. The 40, the 30, 10, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step 1, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here? They'll try and run it here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
And this is going to be recovered by the hand team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to 9. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.
We want back ends, wipe my sins, They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again, We wake them up, the champs is in, We want back ends, wipe my sins, They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again, We wake them up, the champs is in, yeah. Wake up, the cake up, raise up, or make us do something we don't want to. Bite down on you, right now on you. Juke to the left, they dodging it. Can't play the role, you flogging it. Waiting on the rain for the stars in it. 4x4 double